Hello! So, today I'm going to show you the Power Chef system. Okay, this was our #1 seller in 2019, and it comes with the business kits now. So if you want to join and you want to sell Tupperware or get Tupperware for yourself to build your kitchen or whatever your reason is for joining, you'd get one of these with your kit. Okay, for now, and today is March 2020. I forget the actual day, probably the 9th or something. So just in case you're watching this video from years from now, so this comes as of today in your kit. All right, so it comes with a few pieces. This is the whip accessory. It lets you blend up pretty, not thick things. So if you want to scramble eggs or milkshakes or smoothies, anything like that that's kind of thin, you use this attachment to kind of just mix things up. Then it has this little funnel, and the funnel, I'm not sure if you can see, has little measurements. There's lines and measurements so that as you have it in the lid, there's a spot right here in the lid. You lift this up, and it's a spot specifically for this funnel to sit nicely. So while you have all your ingredients in there, if you just want to add water or oil or some liquid, and maybe it's just 1 ounce or something like that, you can just quickly add it with this, okay? All right. The main one we're going to be using today is the blade. It's very sharp, so it comes with this nice protector. And if your kids get a hold of it or you try to move it around, as long as this protector's on, you're protected. You're not going to get cut. In order to take it off, there's this little tab piece. You just pull it out away from the device and it'll snap off. That'll release the blade. It kind of snaps in, so you kind of pull a little bit to get it out. And then it kind of sits right inside. There's a little daub there in the middle and the bottom. I'll show you. And this hole will sit directly on there. Okay. Then at the bottom, there is a rubber ring, and that just to help keep it steady on your countertop while you're holding it, because it does not take electricity. It has this little pull motor here, kind of like a lawnmower, and it comes off too, because this is the same one that can be used with our little chop and prep, so it's kind of interchangeable. So you can, if you want to add things, you can just take off this piece, or you can take off the whole thing. So it's a little, however you want to use it, and they lock in, so there's these little grooves, and then there's these little holes, and you line up the grooves with the holes, and then twist to lock in place, and you'll hear that lock. And the same thing goes for in here. There's the same grooves and tongues on here. So once you get that lined up, and sometimes this can move around, so you want to make sure this piece goes into the hole on top of your blade here, and it's like an octagon shape there, so it should fit nicely when it's lined up. Okay, once you have everything lined up, you'll be able to close the lid. I just kind of did it slowly just so you can see. Take your time. And as you can see, these blades, try to get there, it's just the slightest pull will get them going. So if you go like this, that's a lot. It's chopping a lot, so you have to be careful. It'll like liquefy your onions and stuff like that. It chops everything. So what a lot of people use this for is to make salsa, and we don't eat a lot of salsa, so I didn't want to go make a big batch and then us not eat it. So I'm actually going to make my favorite recipe, which is called our Dill Pickle Dip, and we eat that a lot more than we should. So I'm going to make some of that, so I might as well make a video so I can show you all how this works and how easy it is. So obviously if I was doing a salsa, you'd be easily be able to tell how quick and well it chops up onions and tomatoes and pepper, like jalapenos and stuff like that. But today we're going to use pickles. It's going to be our main thing. It's going to chop up a little bit of garlic, a clove of garlic, and then the rest is going to be like sour cream and cream cheese. So the cream cheese, you take a whole bar of, like, Philadelphia is probably the best tasting, and you're just going to soften it. If you're like me and you didn't want to wait, you can soften it in the microwave. Otherwise, you can just take it out ahead of time and let it sit for a little while. And then the only reason why I'm putting it into chunks is just to be able to easily fit it in here into the different areas. Move that aside. Then you take a cup of sour cream. Like, literally, I had a girl sign up. She came to my house, had this pickle dip, fell in love with it, and said, what do I need to buy to make that? And then I said, well, you know, if you join, you get this anyway, and it's cheap to kind of join, and then you get a bunch of other stuff, and that's what she did. She joined, and she made pickle dip every day for I don't know how long. She said, I made more pickle. So it may sound weird, because at first I was like, pickles and I don't know, but if you like pickles and you like sour cream and you like cream cheese, you will like this, okay? And I do it for almost all of my parties, especially since I do them online. So that is another thing I'll mention, is if you do join Tupperware, it's easy to run your business online too, with Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and texting and emails and whatever social media or media you want to use. I'm going to add I'm going to add a clove of garlic. And here's our Piccadilly. This was an item that was on sale for like $10. We have another one right now for $20, but I don't know how long it'll be there, but it's in the current catalog anyway. So the nice thing about the Piccadilly is I'm going to add a quarter cup of my pickle juice. Dill pickle juice. Okay. And the nice thing about our measuring cups is you can measure ahead of time and leave them on the counter, and I'm not sure if you can tell this, but the end touches too to help keep it sturdy so it won't tilt easy, and our measuring spoons do the same thing. All right, and then with the Piccadilly, you can lift up your pickles or items or whatever out of the juice, so you don't have to stick your hand in the jars. So it's really cool. And this is one of the staple items that's been around for a long time. Tupperware's been around a long time. So you're supposed to put like 4 pickles, but do it to taste. Sometimes I put a little more. However many pickles you want. However pickly you want to make it. Add that. And then some people, I don't know if you've heard of this thing, so one of the things that my best friend makes is ham rolls. And so she gets sliced ham, sliced deli ham, spreads cream cheese on it, gets a spear of dill pickle, rolls it up, and then cuts it like little sushi rolls, and it takes forever. If you just add ham to this, you basically have ham roll dip, and then it's a lot easier and quicker. Just another variation. So once I find my groove, I'll just keep spinning until it finds it, and then hopefully we're lined up in the middle. You want to pull straight out so that you don't kind of tear up the cord, because the cord does rub on this little grommet in here. So if you pull up or down, it's going to give you a little bit more resistance, and it's going to kind of tear up your cord over time. So you want to make sure to pull it straight out. And it's going to be a little tough at first because that cream cheese is kind of thick, but once you get going, it's going to be really easy. So you push it down with a lot of pressure to get that grip going with your rubber piece. And then you just pull. And you only want to do about, it's clear so you can see in there how much it's chopping up. But I have had kids and stuff use this, and they just chop it too. It's like liquefied, like you can't even tell there's pickles in there. So you want to make sure you only do it as much as you want, as chunky as you want. So usually about 10 spins is good for me, because I don't mind biting into a big chunk of pickle. And as you can see here, there's no more big pickle pieces left. If you look on the edges, you're going to see these little slices. And as that blade is cutting, it's also churning all your food inward, so it's kind of mixing and cutting at the same time. So a lot of stuff doesn't get caught on the sides, but if you think there is some, you can always use your spatula and kind of push it down and play with it if you want, but I haven't had to do that. And that's it. And then we just put it into one of our bowls and put the lid on and put it in the refrigerator. And it did chop up that garlic too, so it's in there somewhere. That's it. And then we just enjoy it with chips. We use it on chips. We use it on either corn chips or wavy lays or whatever. However you want to eat it. Some people eat it by the spoonful. Not me. I have not done that yet, but it has been done. So just wanted to come and show you that, so you get a cool recipe and you get to see our Power Chef system. So contact me, subscribe to my channel. You can shop through me to get this or to sign up as a rep with me and my team. We have a really great team. And that'll be at crystalpike78.my.tupperware.com. Other than that, have a good day. Bonus tip. All right. So we just used it to make a pickle dip, right? So I want to show you a bonus cleaning tip. Let me get a thing. Bonus cleaning tip. If you have one of our citrus peelers or a plain old butter knife, you'll notice in your little motor device, because this can go in the dishwasher to clean, that there, if you spin this all around and look at this connect where the white connects to the red, there's this little hole you'll find, like a coin slot. If you just so slightly put the knife or whatever, a flathead, screwdriver, whatever can fit in here, and just twist, it comes apart really easy, and it'll just snap back into place. You'd line up that little groove with this little groove when you're done cleaning, because you can put it in the dishwasher like this, or just rinse it, and it'll just pop right back on once you line up those grooves, and it's back to place. So, very easy to clean. Also, I do want to let you know that the rubber ring does not go in the dishwasher. It's best to not put it in there, and is very easily removable. It just pops right out. Okay, so you just take the ring out, and then when you're done, the smooth groove goes on the bottom and the little dots go on the against the Power Chef. So you just kind of put it right in that groove and you're good to go.